Sometimes wars, they don't start with a bang. They start with one narrative, one villain, one hero, one call for justice. And suddenly we're not asking any questions about it. We're asking, when do we strike? But what if the whole thing is a production? Someone who I'll refer to as AJ, because I might get, on somebody's radar if I really spell out who that person is. They've been predicting that something like this is coming. And the astrology gives us an exact window time frame of when that might be and who it might involve. So let's talk about it. For the last 7 months that Mars has been in Cancer, the energy of conflict has been building behind the scenes. Quiet, reactive, emotional. And now on April 18th, it moves into the sign of Leo, where it's in the spotlight. It's bold, it's prideful, it's very public. And as you can see here, it is in the United States natal 8th house, so whoa. This is some deep, dark stuff. And between June 7th and the 13th, we are going to enter a very volatile window where Mars moves conjunct this Black Moon Lilith in the 9th house. This is the kind of window where history could shift in a single headline. Why do I say that? Well, during this time, there are multiple war-oriented charts that light up. Figures and nations known for their influence on global conflict, well, they're getting lit up at about that degree. Now, I've talked about this before, and I think it's huge. I think I might be the only astrology buff that is talking about this alignment with Trump's natal Mars in Leo, conjunct Netanyahu's natal Mars in Leo, conjunct Israel's natal Mars in Leo, all in Trump's 12th house. I think it's pretty serious. I mean, this is quite the synchronicity. And I'm not talking about it because, I want props or somebody to stroke my ego. I'm talking about it because I think I want to spark a conversation about this. So if you are, a student of astrology, a longtime student of astrology like me, if you're in the astro community, I would love to hear what you think about this, because especially June 7th through the 12th, this is going to get lit up when Mars transits onto those degrees. As I've said before, this right here could signal private, secret war pacts, hidden war allies. I mean, we already know that there's stuff going on, but I think it's right in the 12th house. It's even bigger than we're aware of. And you put Mars in there, it really ignites. And this is quite a timely topic, considering that Israel has lately been kind of beating the war drums, trying to kind of egg the U.S. on for more military involvement in a long-standing Middle Eastern rivalry. And by the looks of things, it appears as though the Trump administration is in cahoots, or at least complicit with, these pressures from this country. And when I say country, let me specify, this is not against the people of that nation. This is against the elite, the ruling class, the governing ruling elite of that nation. The Trump administration seems to be tied in terms of loyalty, funding, and even silence. So if there is a need to justify war, are they going to wait for it, or are they going to create it? Think about it. All it takes is the right emotional event. A crisis, something that you are not allowed to question. Within hours, a villain could be named and a retaliation could be called for. And the voices who push back, well, they could be deemed dangerous, unpatriotic, or worse. Just think of the commentators, the journalists, the investigators who have challenged the narrative before, and they've already been blackballed. Matter of fact, as I'm filming this, Candace Owens is trending on X, and as you can see all the results, she's being blackballed. Meanwhile, you could be seeing someone that you've seen on screen before, plenty of times before, just step in with practiced outrage. Probably talking about justice, but is this person here for justice? Or are they here to protect the system that always remains untouched? And I say this because, whenever Mars comes conjunct this Black Moon Lilith placement that is also opposing Pallas and transiting vertex opposing, by the way, the anti-vertex on the top. This is a critical fated point, but it could involve women, so pay attention to the women voices at this time, especially Pam Bondi. Because Pam Bondi, her sun sign in Virgo is showing up in the United States natal 12th house. And this is somebody who, unfortunately, what you see is not what you get if we go off of astrology alone. There's a lot of telltale markings that she is here to protect the system and the deep state. But going back to the scripted narrative, understand that this is an old pattern. I mean, think about it. Where have we seen this before? They create chaos, they control the reaction, and they call it peacekeeping. And just like that, you have traded the truth for theater. This isn't about politics. This isn't about left or right. It's about manipulating public emotion at scale to get the desired results. They don't need facts. They just need you to feel strongly enough to forget what you knew. So watch this window, June 7th through the 13th. If something unthinkable happens, think anyway. Do not let your mind be hijacked by an agenda to manufacture consent of the governed. If voices start disappearing because of algorithms or blackballing censorship, listen harder. And if justice suddenly becomes a media event, know that the script was written long before the camera started rolling. This is political theater. This is the theater of war. And it's not about who wins. It's about who controls the story.